Hey, I thought I would do a part two to this and try to see if I can dress this up a little bit, right? So where we left off, we can, if I hit play, we can move around, we look at the mouse, his movement animations are following what they should be. I can hit 1 or 2 and pull out weapons, put them away, or I can use these. So I figured we'd go from there. So first thing is, first we're going to want some sort of shooting mechanism, right? So I think the best way to do this is if you have all these guns, and who knows how many you have, like maybe you got 20 guns, maybe you only got 2, I don't know. In order to have it flexible enough, we want a nice easy system where we're not throwing tons of crazy variables all over the place. So what I'm going to do is this right hand is when we shoot, I'm going to fire off an event, right? Like, okay, say, for example, get button down, get mouse button down, and it's the left mouse button. We're going to fire off an event called fire. And it's literally just going to finish and come back. Now, unless you want full auto, that's kind of a different story, because then you're going to want, then we would get rid of this and get mouse button instead, and we'll store that as, say, firing bool test, and firing, if it's true, then we'll fire. It's more or less the same thing, but now if we hold it down, it'll constantly go back and forth. So obviously in here then, we're going to want a next frame event, or else you'll have an infinite loop. So in here though, I'm just going to send an event to game object, not game object FSM, to game object, and I'm just going to say it's hand and send it to children, and we will send an event, I don't know, shooting. So we'll send shooting, and that's all we're going to do, right? So right, like if I fire, see now, like, I mean, next frame it's going really rapidly, but it's firing off that event. It's not doing anything, there's nothing catching the event. So that's where we will deal with it down the road. So the other thing I want to do is, let's do 2 events here, and all I'm going to do here is go to our base layer, to our equipped rifle, go to the animations, events, and this is on the equipping. So we reach out, and right about there we are going to send event And same thing on the holster. Is we put it back. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. Holster. So we come back, go here, we stick it, say right about there. And we go down to our vents, send event, unequipped. So, what we're going to do when we get those is we're actually going to have, let's say, arming. So if we fire along this way, I think what we should do is have a method of, right, so here we're going to set we're going to make an array of game objects. Right now we've only got the one, but whatever. I'm going to drag this guy right in there. And then this guy is going to it's going to array get weapons at index selection, which doesn't exist yet. So stored as the weapon, and then it is going to activate. Activate the weapon. And then copy and paste and deactivate. Oh, and no, wait, one sec here. Set game object. Oh. Now we have weapon. No, we want weapon here. We're going to take another variable as old weapon. And we're going to deactivate old weapon. So then all we have to do here is this rifle. If it's going here, set FSM int into our animator callbacks selection, and we're going to give it the value of 1. And you know, if we go here, you know, technically we can go 0. And you can keep going and make as many as you want. So now we want I chose the wrong number there. The rifle isn't at 1. The rifle is technically at 0. I mean, this guy's at 0 too, but whatever, not a big deal. He's unarmed. But then the next weapon would be number 1, and then number 2, and then number 3. So we have these, and this will equip and unequip at those specific times. So now, see if I'm missing a step. If I put him away, he went away way too fast. I mean, he comes out good, but the equipping, was it equipping? I think it was on the equipping side. That's about how good my memory is. Okay, so we have it. Yeah. So when we go to holster it, it should be there. That should be fine. So let's see. So we holster. And it's firing like right then. Oh, pretty much right then. Oh, yeah, well, that's because we still have the old thing still in there. So let's get rid of those. We don't want those anymore. Alright, so we put it away, we pull it out. Okay, perfect. Alright, so there's that. Now the other thing we need, so the shooting, right? So we have this shooting thing. So I think what we'll do down here is I'm going to get rid of the collider. We just don't need it. And we are going to give it an FSM. Weapon. So we're firing off the event. What's that called? Shooting. So in the new PlayMaker, or like in the updated version, there is a really cool action that they added. And I don't know if anyone really knows much about it or how to use it. I don't know. But we're going to use it. So we get this thing called shooting. And this weapon needs various things. It needs a muzzle object, so we know where to shoot from. I'm going to stick it there. Which I could also just technically use a particle. So let's grab. Okay, that one's good. So I'm going to take this particle. I'm going to take looping off on all of it. I don't want it to loop. I apparently still have looping. So now I hit play. Oh, that might be a little long. So let's go just slow that down. Well, even that might be a little fast. Okay, that's not bad. Of course, we want it to actually sit where we put it. And we want this rotator script. It's not mine. Let's just take it off. So now we have that little part. So we got a muzzle. We got this. You could use this for your directional stuff, but I'm just going to use the muzzle. So we have. I'm going to have a particle, and I'm going to have a muzzle, and I'm going to have, what else? We can add a few other things, shells and stuff. And I'm going to put these here under the input, and that way you can just copy and paste this and just be like, oh, okay, there's my muzzle, there's my particle, right? And you can put it on all sorts of weapons, and nice and easy. So when we're shooting, what do we want to do? We want to raycast, and we're going to raycast from our muzzle. Well, I should do this. direction of it the Z, space self, distance 100, sure. So this is where we're going to do something a little different. So we have hit point, hit normal. So we now have that. And the other thing I'm going to add in here is a next frame. Actually, you know what? I think Raycast 2 has this. Might save me the hassle. Yeah, okay. Raycast 2 has it. So we're firing from the muzzle, and we're going direction Z. We have a hit, but we're also going to have a non-hit. And I'll explain why that's important. So we have the hit object as well. So we have hit point, hit normal. That's it. So non-hit and hit. So we have two things that we need to do. And now there is one major issue with this. First of all, let's do particle system play. So this will allow us to, so I can show you kind of what the issue is going to be and how we solve it with the new action, right? Because right now, if I do this, like it's firing like super rapid, like super rapid, right? And we don't want that, right? If we're gonna fire this event up from up top to the hand, and it's coming down literally every second frame, we need a way to have a fire rate, right? Which is also where we need another one of those. Well, first we'll make it big just so you can see. So we fire, and we have a new action called block events. Right, because now that should allow us to fire an event, but it's not accepting all the events, right? Like as you see, like it's, well, here, let's make them actually stand properly. Right, like we have, like it's firing every half second, right? I can go up 2 seconds. And it's like that. Now at the same time, this guy is still firing rapidly. Like he doesn't care. He's like, fuck, just take my events. Alright, so the weapon down here is saying, no, I'm not going to take it until my fire rate is ready, then I'll take it. So it's a really cool new action that they've added, especially for things like this. Just makes it so much easier, other than throwing in bools and tests and stuff, right? So okay, so we have the particle. Now the one thing I did notice with that, this guy, play on awake, turn him off, we don't need it. So the other thing we need is we need a bullet, because I just like tracers. And I totally spelled that wrong, but hey, this isn't a lesson on spelling. So let's just give it a real thin thing, and I'm going to take its alpha down, I think. So we are going to use, let's create a new one. What is this one called? TopDown? Yeah. So under our TopDown, I'm going to create a material. We'll call it our tracer. And I'm just going to stick it in here. But, and then I'm going to actually prefab him. Get rid of him. Open that up. Now we can kind of see it. Now, being this material is standard, it sucks. I'm going to go to particles and unlit. And then I'm going to oh yeah, transparent would probably help. Okay, so the let's do additive maybe. Alright, let's do a different one. I just do unlit. No, unlit doesn't give me transparency. So if we go this way, I mean, we can do that. And if you want to, you can also add a particle. Just like the Unity default particle. And the other thing we should do, right, if you want, you can tile it or stretch it or whatever. Okay, so I don't know if I have, let's see, do I have Pooler? Okay, I've already got Pooler in here. Alright, so FSM, all we're going to do is we are going to pool destroyer self, but not right off the, I thought that might have a a delay that you can put into it. Apparently not. So we will make our own delay. 1 second's probably fine. Grab this guy. Come over here. Alright, so there is this guy. So he has this line rendering component. So So we need to add here, we need to create an object. Well, wait, no, we don't want to create, we want to pool. Pooler spawn. And we are going to name of the pool is going to be tracer, even though we haven't made it yet. Whoops. We're going to go from the muzzle, and we're going to store that as tracer. And okay, so now this is why we need the non-hit. So, oh, I should probably do this just in case you switch or copy and paste for different weapons. So if you hit, it's very easy. Oh, here, we also need this. Get position. We need to get position. And let's put him above the raycast. So let's get position of our muzzle. Muzzle position. So when you hit, it's very easy to know the start and end points of like a line renderer, right? Okay, so we have 2 points, right? We have the start and the end, so which is 0 and 1. So we know this one is muzzle position is where it starts, and where it ends is the hit point. But if we don't hit nothing, we don't have a hit point. So if you try to run that logic, you get a line renderer that's just right loopy, right? So what we need to do is create this hit point. So we need to get forward, which is on the ecosystem as well. There's a few of these actions. If you don't have them, they're on the ecosystem. So we're getting the forward of the muzzle, and that's going to be forward of muzzle, which gives us a direction. Vector 3 add, and vector 3 multiply. So we're going to take the forward direction, multiply it by, I'll say 50. And then we're going to take muzzle position, and we're going to add okay, I'm going to have to move this up here because we want to use muzzle position up here as well. Might have to call it something else. I'm sure this will work. If not, we'll just fix it up. So we're going to set index 0 at muzzle position. We're going to get the forward of the muzzle. We're going to multiply that forward. We're going to add muzzle position and these together. And then we can set at index 2. We'll use muzzle position again. So these should be actually different positions. One's the base and one's a multiplied vector of it going in a direction. And then we should have that. Okay, so let's see how that looks. Oh, and of course, there's a new subscriber. I guess one of the things we got to do is create the pool. So, I mean, if you've never used Pooler, it's a beautiful little system. It's very easy to use. You simply just do pooler pool. We want our tracer. We need to give it that name, and we already know we're going to call it tracer. 20 is fine. Can grow, and there we go. And I think we could start those with them being off. I don't think it'll matter. So ultimately now, see how it creates a bunch of those tracers? So let's see where that is. So that's sitting over here. Right? Now it's not hitting anything. So let's see. Oh, it did hit something. So what do we have? From the muzzle, Z, forward distance, hit terrain, hit normal. Alright, so the other thing is this guy. Positions. Z1. I totally screwed something up there. So if he hit, it's hit point. Muzzle position. Oh, geez, this is on the owner. He's called Tracer, isn't he? We pooled him? Yeah, Tracer. Can't really set the position on ourselves when we aren't a line renderer, are we? No, we are not. So let's fix that up. There we have it. Now let's test. So we pull out our weapon, and we have this kind of a little tracer effect. Now we might want, well, to lighten that up a bit. So let's just go. Be nice if I could fade that a bit, eh? Right, so he's getting see now that gun's accuracy is all kind of off to the side. So we can fix that. A few different ways. I think probably the simplest way is probably just literally tilting him over. Okay, that's getting better, I guess. Alright, so, I didn't save it. Let's gotta open that up again. right now. Now with that, I mean, there's things we could do to make that muzzle face like the mouse position, which is probably a better answer, right? Actually, you know what? It probably is a better answer. Well, I mean, he still wants to be kind of facing that spot, though. So let's go into our weapon, and what do we want here? We want okay, so we want to add a little bit of variance here. I'm going to move that to the top, come down here, move this one to the top, and let's call this to a negative 1 to 1, call this one X, negative 1 to 1, call this one Y, vector 3 add, X, Y, Z. This one's going to be aim, which is that, and then normally like you'd have, say that, right? Now that would be obviously underneath those, and then you would change this guy from direction. Now the one issue with that is that means you could have almost a 45-degree angle. So the way we're going to fix that is I'm just going to go like that. I mean, you could make these numbers smaller and whatever. It's not a big deal. So that will work fine for when we try to hit something. But if we miss something, that's not going to work. So I think the easiest way to do there is vector 3 add X, Y, Z. So we have muzzle position. Oh, this is under the hit. We don't want to do that there. We want to do it up here. So we're just going to add on to muzzle position here, and we could probably just use those. I mean, it's not an accurate way of doing it, but I'm even going to use this one. But it'll have a nice effect, anyways. The other thing we want is we need a audio clip, and we want now we could make a sound manager for this. I don't know if it's necessarily even worth it at this point in time. Well, I don't know why I didn't make 2 of those. So we're going to do fire sound, copy and paste over here, add a audio source, and over here that fire sound I'm also going to stick out here. So we want, I don't know, do we have a gunshot? Sniper rifles. Alright, let's use that one. And bring this guy down to say 0.1. we should now have a Alright, so that's getting better. So one of the things that I also tend to preach, and I haven't done it yet, is this. We have this thing called a camera system, and I'm going to parent the camera into it. So this follow thing, I'm actually going to copy that and just paste it up here. And then this guy, I'm actually going to just get rid of him. But then I'm going to give him a new one. It's going to be called shake. So if we shake, let's do an event called shake. And over here we are going to get owner. And this is going to be into a global. I guess a new global. We'll call it our camera. So over here what we're going to do is we are going to shake. Game object shake. Just like that. And then we are going to, so interpolation, we can do linear, and we're going to have to adjust all of this stuff, right? So then we are going to wait. I don't trust the events on these things. We're going to wait 0.2 seconds. Come over here. And we are going to interpolate. No. Not a float interpolate anyways. Vector 3. Interpolate. So we're going to go from get position local, and we're going to go from local to a vector 0 over also 0.2 seconds. And that means we need to set that. Alright, so we're going to have to adjust all of this stuff. So again, on this guy over here, we can now send event. Move them up to the top to game object, the camera, and I don't even know what the hell I even named it. Shake, and we want shake. Okay, so let's see how off this shaking is. Alright, so see, like, it's got that little bit of a shake, right? So if we up that a bit, let's up it a fair bit more. Shake speed, let's go crazy. Oh my god, that's way too much. Oh, whoops, I totally forgot to do something here. I'm like, why is this all weird? Okay, so rotation amount, let's go to 0.5. Let's try 0.6. Okay, shake them out. Let's go 0.5. Let's go 5. Alright, let's go speed 2. Starting to get a little excessive. Shake time. It's a little much. Okay, that's not bad. So I'm just going to copy that. But 0.2, 3, 1, 0.8, 0.2. I should be able to paste that though. Nope, it wasn't letting me. So set time 0.2, 0.8, 1. I forget. Yeah. So, anyways, we got the position local, and we're doing this linear thing, and I forgot to set position of ourselves every frame, our self vector to the local. Oh, we gotta do the rotation too. You see how the normal position there, it's going back to its thing, its default. So let's get rotation, and we'll also move that up to the top. And let's set rotation. Move that to the bottom. So every frame, local or self, your angles, let's do local rot. So let's get local rot self and do another vector 3 operator, and this one's going to be from local rot, same thing, store as rot, and that one's going to be set rot. We gotta fix that. So we need to fix that. Because it's trying to take the long way if needed. So how should we fix that? Alright, I have to think about that one for a little bit. I'll try to think of it an easy, basic way. Well, I guess for now, let's just set the rotation to 0. Which, I mean, might be the only thing we actually need. Who knows? We'll see. Alright, so the other thing we'll need is in our pools. We want an impact. Alright, so well, I'll do stone for now. Right, so we have this thing, and we can add another FSM to this, and pooler destroy self. Of course, he needs a weight. Like that. And let's put him in our top down. Original prefab. Destroy that. Go into our pools. Make a new pool. And then we want this guy, and let's just call him impact for now. So if we hit something, maybe down the road here we'll also do decals and stuff too, which is why I got that hit normal. So we can do pooler spawn. We want impact. That set to none, and that at hit point, and we'll just leave it like that for now. All right, so let's create something real quick, just so we have something to shoot against. Okay, let's make that like that, I suppose. Right, so I mean, like I said, it'd be nice to add some decals, but there's that. And how much time do we have? Just a smidge bit of time. So let's do UI text, and I'm going to stick this text, I'll say up here, stick him in the middle, and anchor him up to the corner, and change his color. We'll go with a white, make him just a little bigger. Actually, let's go like this. Let's call this guy ammo. So on this guy, let's have a new variable. Let's use an integer called ammo. And I think the other thing we might want to do here, let's put him into a, and down the road you might want to do a manager for all these different things, but this will work. Let's call him ammo. Was that a global? Alright. Global ammo. Alright, so there's global ammo. So this guy can now, on start, we want to activate an object. We want to activate ammo because he is starting deactivated. And the other variable we need int is max ammo. We'll stick him out there. So now what we can do is build string, and we only need 2 parts. Oh, you can do 3. So we want ammo and max ammo. Separator, let's use that. Not add it to an end. Ammo string and UI text set text. If you use Text Mesh Pro, it's almost exactly the same thing. Different action, but literally the exact same method. So we want ammo, and we want him to use the ammo string. Now, the other thing we might want is let's get rid of this guy, and let's do int compare. So ammo, if it is 0 or even less, it shouldn't ever be less, it's empty. If not, it's okay. So if it's okay, go that way. If it's empty, go down here. And we might as well use this. Oh, I guess no real point. You just sit down there. So we can int subtract ammo, move him to the top, subtract 1. So we've already got this stuff here, right? So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm literally just gonna reuse that. I'm just gonna hop over there. We literally just want to make sure the same thing happens. So let's see what. Oh, I should probably give us some ammo, or else that's going to be a very short test. So our max ammo is 30. Ammo itself, I'll stick that out here too. Let's start him off at 30. I can't fire anymore. Why didn't he activate? Let's take a quick look. He did not store into a global because he is turned off. Well, isn't that just silly of me? Okay, so he can start activated and turn himself off. How about that? Maybe not. Alright, well let's, I guess, just start him activated. And just get rid of his text. Alright, so now, why is ammo not storing? So Mr. Ammo, I have nothing but issues with global variables ever since they've updated. Okay, I'm going to get rid of him. And that's going to be ammo text. Why is that being so stupid? Oh, that's there. Well, where the hell is it? Oh, it's sitting up there. That's weird. Alright, so why are you up there? Oh, yeah, that'll do it. So, scale with screen size. Make sure to have that on. He's sitting a little high though. Then there we can play like a empty clip shot audio thingamabobber if we wanted to. So to wrap this up, where do we want to be? Oh, that's the other thing I want to do. I want to turn this thing off. We shouldn't have it, right? Because I don't want to be able to shoot. I can pull it out. And I can shoot. Alright, so I think that's probably pretty good. And we'll see you guys in the next video.